Prebiotics and probiotics. What is actually the difference? One you can get easily in your food, and the other one could make sense to supplement for a while if you have health conditions, but you have to take it in a certain dose and in a certain way to not waste your money. So let's dig into the weeds. Okay, prebiotics and probiotics. So the probiotics are bacteria that are beneficial to our gut microbiome, and the prebiotics, they feed those gut bacteria. So both is of course important. We need to have those bacteria and they need to feed on something. Usually what they eat is actually the fiber that we cannot digest, like fiber from legumes or from all kinds of fruits and vegetables, mainly cabbage, kale, things like that. Onions, garlic are good sources of those prebiotics. So you don't have to necessarily take the prebiotics in capsule form. Sometimes they are combined with the probiotics. Of course, our food should also contain probiotics, like in the form of fermented vegetables or kombucha, kefir, things like that. Fermented vegetables like sauerkraut, kimchi, or just pickles, but not the store-bought pickles. They are usually made with vinegar and not naturally lacto-fermented, because that's what we want. We want the lactobacteria, so you can learn to ferment your vegetables at home. That would make sense, or make your own sauerkraut, make your own kimchi. So then you have a natural source of those probiotics. But if you have certain health conditions, of course, it can make sense to supplement for a while, but you have to know in which dose so you don't waste your money. Those supplements are pretty expensive. So try to get the prebiotics with your food. Or if they are already combined in the bottle with a probiotic, then it's fine. Sometimes there is, you see on the ingredient list, there is some inulin or Jerusalem artichoke extract or something in there. This are examples of prebiotics in capsule form. So let's come to the dose of a probiotic. You have to carefully check out the bottle and calculate what makes the most sense to buy. So usually those probiotic supplements, they have like a long list of different bacteria, strains of bacteria, and this is in the end not so important. I'm not so concerned about that. Usually they have like 10-15 different strains, and they're all good, they are all fine. So I have rarely seen a supplement, a probiotic, that I pick up and I think, oh, that doesn't make sense, or it's not the right strains. Usually that's fine, but the dose is an issue. So you have to carefully read the label. For example, this bottle here says it's 120 billion colony forming units, CFU, colony forming units, that is in a daily dose of this probiotic. A daily dose of this probiotic is 3 capsules. So we have in one capsule 40 billion colony forming units. This is the daily dose recommended by the supplement manufacturer. So that doesn't mean that this is the most effective dose. The dose is actually a bit higher. It would be good to take a daily amount of between 300 and 400 billion colony forming units. This is just way more beneficial. You get the results that you want. You get the benefits for your digestion that you want. Bloating is reduced. Your gut will be renewed and restored. You will have better immunity. It can help with depression and other mood disorders. It can help with so many things, because our digestion, of course, plays a big part in our immune system and in our overall health. All those benefits are widely scientifically studied. You can look up the studies, so this information is pretty easy to find. Okay, but what we have seen in the past, the dose has continuously gone up. So we have just in natural medicine used higher and higher amounts of those probiotics, and we got way better results. So this is one realization that the dose that we were taking a couple of years ago, or that we were giving to people, was actually too low. So you get way better results if you take a higher dose, and then you can actually take it for a shorter while of time. So a probiotic is actually not something that you take on and on every day for several months, but it's something you could take even as little as just like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but in this higher dose of between 300 and 400 billion colony forming units. Okay, so this is more effective because you are effectively seeding the gut with those many strains in a high dose of those beneficial bacteria, so it's more likely that it sticks and they actually replicate, and then they are just part of your natural gut microbiome. Because of course, in the first place, we have messed up our microbiome with the wrong foods for too long, and then also because probably earlier in life, or even more recently, we took antibiotics, or even if your mom got antibiotics in her life or during pregnancy, or even during birth in some cases, the baby is born with a very different bacterial flora on the skin and in the gut, because this all comes also from a natural birth of somebody who has a healthy microbiome of those bacteria, the mom who gives birth to the child. So this plays a big influence even right at the start of our life. So sometimes we already start off not having the right amount, or not having the right bacteria in our gut. And sometimes we take several times through our lives antibiotics, and this of course also messes up our gut flora. It eliminates our gut flora, let's say. So then the body has to recover slowly, and we can help with this process, and we can help if we have any health issues in that direction, of any digestive issues or immune issues or any chronic disease. It makes sense to supplement those probiotics for a while, okay? But as I said, it's only for, like, let's say 2 to 3 weeks. You take this high dose of 300 billion colony forming units, okay? So this set, it's 120 billion colony forming units in 3 capsules. So in 1 capsule it's 40. If we want the dose of, let's say, 360 billion CFU, we have to take 9 capsules, okay? Sometimes there are some B vitamins or some zinc or something else in that, and usually it's not a problem. There's very little of other stuff in it, so it's also not a problem if you go a bit higher with a dose than what it says on the label. Yeah, it's just a recommendation, because it is known that those higher doses are way more beneficial, okay? So think about that. Consider that when you buy it, because, you know, this could seem expensive or cheap, or you think, I'm going to buy a cheaper one, but then actually, for example, in this one here, I have only 20 billion CFU per 2 capsules, so that's only 10. So in this supplement, we have 10 billion colony forming units in 1 capsule, and here we have 40. So calculate the price, like how many capsules are you getting and how much is in 1 capsule. This would make way more sense than just comparing the price of 1 bottle with the other bottle, which does not make sense. Yeah, because yeah, the differences are very big in the amount. Yeah, so of this supplement, I have to take only 9 capsules a day to have my 360 billion colony forming units per day. Of this, I would have to take 36 capsules a day. Yeah, that sounds a lot. So please, you might want to buy a brand that has already a very high concentration in 1 capsule, the highest you can find. Yeah, and then just search what is the best price you can get for per billion colony forming units. Yeah, so not per capsule, not per bottle. It doesn't matter if there's 120 capsules in one or 180 in the other. This doesn't tell you which is a good price. You have to actually calculate how many billion CFU I have in 1 capsule, how many capsules I have to take. I mean, it wouldn't be too dramatic. You can take 36 capsules per day. Yeah, it's easier if it's only 9, because you're doing this only for 10 days. Remember, yeah, like 2 to 3 weeks or 10 days even would already seed your gut sufficiently, so that then your body can sustain this beneficial gut microbiome, the beneficial gut flora that we want, okay? Then you just have to eat your prebiotics. I mean, in some of those, I said it, there might be some inulin or some prebiotic in them, but you do your body overall a big favor if you eat more fruits and vegetables, of course. Yeah, if you eat legumes, if you eat cabbage and kale and broccoli, onions, leek, garlic, things like that, those are very high in those prebiotic fibers that the gut bacteria then feeds on, and then it can just keep replicating and yeah, helping your immune system and everything, and keeping you healthy. Okay, so try to eat the prebiotics in your food. I recommend like beans are sometimes not so easy to digest. They cause like gas and bloating for some people. So choose the smaller legumes. Choose like lentils. There you will find a big variety. If you go to an Indian store or something, you will find a big variety like of split mung beans or urid dal, or yeah, just try them all out. Those little red lentils, lentils in all forms and sizes. There are brown lentils and green lentils and red lentils and those yellow split with mung beans. I like them a lot. They're very neutral. They combine with everything. Actually, I put them just in, if we have pasta, I put them in the sauce, so I have some extra protein and fiber in my tomato sauce. Like, you can combine them in a stew, in a soup. Yeah, it's just delicious, and they won't cause you the gas like bigger beans sometimes do. Okay, so yeah, I hope this was interesting for you. Check out the playlist. I have more about interesting supplements that are that can be worth taking if you have chronic health conditions, and how to take them. It's the same like in this video. I don't want you to waste your money. I want you to spend effectively on the right supplements and then take them in the right dose so you actually get the benefit. So that is what my channel is all about. So check out my channel and subscribe if you want to, if you liked it. And yeah, check out the playlist and see you soon.